Okay, here's my audience. Okay. My name is Myra, and today I will be presenting my persuasive speech on reducing food waste. I'm here to try to persuade you to reduce food waste through food donation, composting programs, and avoiding overbuying. Could you imagine going to the grocery store and when you get home immediately throwing away 2 bags of groceries? That is the equivalent amount of food wasted in the United States each year. The wasting of food affects everyone. It increases cost, wastes valuable natural resources, contributes to climate change, and continues to occur even though millions of people do not have enough access to food. According to the USDA in 2025, the United States wastes an average of 133 billion pounds of food a year, totaling an estimated $161 billion a year in food waste. The wasting of food has serious environmental, economic, and social consequences, but expanding food donation programs, composting initiatives, and reducing overbuying can greatly reduce its impact. Today I will discuss the problem associated with food waste and practical solutions through food donation, composting programs, and changing our habits as consumers. What causes food waste and loss? Food waste or food loss happens for many reasons. One main reason is food spoiling, which can happen at any step in the production process or throughout the supply chain. These problems can arise during drying, milling, transporting, or processing. Damage can also occur because of insects, rodents, birds, mold, and bacteria. In stores, food spoilage can occur because of improper temperatures, over-ordering, or storing food with already damaged items. Consumers also contribute to food waste by purchasing more food than they actually need. Many of us have probably gone grocery shopping while hungry or without a grocery list and ended up buying more food than we planned. We may have good intentions when buying fresh fruits, vegetables, and other foods, but without meal planning, these foods can easily be forgotten in the refrigerator until they spoil. Overbuying may seem like a small problem, but when millions of households repeatedly throw away unused food, the amount of waste quickly adds up. Food waste is a growing national issue as well. Billions of pounds of edible foods are wasted every year in the United States. According to the USDA in 2025, approximately 133 billion pounds of food valued at 161 billion is wasted. Much of this food ends up in landfills, contributing to landfill overflow and greenhouse gas emission. Land, water, labor, energy, and other resources are used to produce, process, prepare, transport, store, and dispose of discarded food. Recycle, track systems, 2026 mentioned that. When we throw food away, we are not only wasting the food itself, we are also wasting all the resources that were used to produce and transport that food. Millions of Americans experience food insecurity and could benefit from recovering food. Many people do not have consistent access to food because of their income, housing situation, or the availability of food in their communities. It is difficult to accept that billions of pounds of foods are wasted while families in our own communities may not know where their next meal will come from. Safe and edible food should be used to help people whenever possible instead of being sent directly to a landfill. So now that we understand why food waste is such a serious problem, let's review some solutions that could make a difference. We can expand food recovery and composting programs to reduce food waste. Can we ask ourselves, does the United States have a plan to reduce food loss and waste? And the answer is yes. The United States is working with the Environmental Protection Agency to reduce greenhouse gas emission, increase food security and economic efficiency, and help conserve resources and energy according to the EPA website published in 2019. The goal is to reduce food loss and waste by 50% by the year 2030. Grocery stores restaurants, and farms should receive more incentives to donate safe and edible foods to food banks and charities. Incentives could include tax deductions, assistance with transportation and logistics, and reduce concerns about liability. Think about the amount of food we see in grocery stores and restaurants every day. At the end of the day, some of that food may still be safe to eat but can no longer be sold. Instead of throwing away safe and edible food, grocery stores, restaurants, and farms should be encouraged to partner with food banks and nonprofit organizations. Expanding food recovery programs can address two problems at the same time. These programs can reduce the amount of food entering landfills while helping provide food to people who need it. Businesses should not view food donations as an inconvenience, but as an opportunity to reduce waste and support their communities. Communities should create more composting facilities for food scraps to prevent them from entering landfills. Composting is a natural process where organic matter is recycled into filterizer that helps enrich soil and plants. According to a study done by WHO in 2020, composting is a great way to recycle because food scraps and garden waste make up more than 28% of trash. Not every piece of food can be donated. Fruit peels, vegetable scraps, and other organic materials may no longer be edible, but that does not mean they belong in a landfill. Community composting programs could provide households and business with another option for disposing of food scraps. Cities and communities should invest in accessible composting programs and provide education that teaches residents how to participate. If food can still be safely eaten, it should be donated. If it cannot be eaten but can be composted, it should be composted. Sending food to a landfill should be our last option. Education about food storage and meal planning can help consumers reduce food waste at home. Meal planning and creating a grocery list before shopping are simple ways to avoid overbuying. Before going to the grocery store, consumers should check the refrigerators, freezers, and pantries to see what food they already have. People should also learn more about food date labels. Many consumers automatically throw food away when they see a date on the package because they assume the food is unsafe. Understanding food labels and properly storing food could prevent edible food from being unnecessarily thrown away. Food waste may seem like an overwhelming national problem, but the solutions are within our reach. Through stronger food donation programs, accessible composting initiatives, and better decisions in our own homes, we can significantly reduce the amount of food that is wasted. Today we examined the growing problems of food waste and discussed how donation programs, composting initiatives, and reducing overbuying can reduce waste while helping communities. Food waste is an expanding issue in the United States. Billions of pounds and billions of dollars are wasted every year. Food waste is a preventable problem, and practical policies can reduce environmental harm while providing food to prepare for people who need it most. Instead of allowing millions of pounds of perfectly edible food to end up in landfills, we should support policies that help feed families, protect our environment, and create a more sustainable future. Food should feed people, not landfills.